we need to get really focused. How you doing?
Oh, my goodness. The chief really seems to like you. I mean, that is a great sign of affection in the Wachati tribe.
How you doing?
What? Aren't I the popular one? Allow me to display my affection.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. It was the F-Routest of times and the find outingest of times, and karma has never worked faster than in 2025. If you F around, you will find out, no matter where you are. If you are inside of a left-wing hellhole like the city of New York, and you're riding in a disgusting, rat-infested, piss-smelling subway car, and you see somebody with a MAGA hat, and you act the fool, well, expect the universe to act back on you. That's what happened here in this pleasant exchange with a fashion PR guru for high fashion in Manhattan, losing her mind, Karen style, miserable cat lady style, on a young man peacefully wearing a MAGA hat. Let's listen in, shall we?
Since who knows how long, but then Trump comes in and just fixes it. All right, well, this is my stuff. I hope you enjoy the hat. Oh, you're an attacker!
It's going to happen. Oh! Straight into a puddle of bum piss. Straight into the rotting, decrepit city that libs helped create. This is how you get super COVID. That's how you get sepsis, actually. Whoa! The fall heard around the world. The point is that there's a lot of finding out going on right now. And it's really funny. It's actually hilarious because what you're dealing with here is very entitled libs who believe that they can just do anything they want, because for the past 4 years, I mean, who can blame them? They were literally able to get away with murder. They were able to do anything that they wanted. But those times are over. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings me nicely to the district attorney in Washington, D.C. I just got to see her fall one more time. Okay, all right, I'm done. Ed Martin was the acting district attorney in Washington, D.C. Ed Martin was replaced, sadly, because cucks in the United States Senate refused to vote for him, and they got Judge Jeanine. There's the first finding out of this story. On Ed Martin's last day, a lib decided to spit on him while he was standing in the middle of the street. People, by the way, loving it. They're still getting Ed Martin. Now he's at the DOJ, and they're getting Judge Jeanine too. I can't stop laughing. Judge Jeanine does have the votes, by the way, in order to pass and become the U.S. District Attorney. The FO moment is here. Ed Martin handling it great, saying, plot twist, he's becoming the Pope. Okay, guys, good humor. Anyway, Rob Schmidt is a Newsmax correspondent, great dude. This afternoon, acting U.S. Attorney Ed Martin was spit on by a psychotic lib during our interview. I hope she's ready for a nice stretch in jail. Let's go ahead and watch the full broadcast from Newsmax.
And so we need to get really focused. How you doing? Oh, whoa.
You are a disgusting man.
That's all right.
Okay, so this lib sees that he's on camera, knows he's Ed Martin, a very powerful person, the most powerful law enforcement official in D.C., on a state level, right? On a district level. And many would argue the most powerful district attorney in all of America in D.C. She recognizes him by name. This will come in handy in just a second. And then she spits on him. Now, what are the chances that this psychotic leftist was a double masker? Was somebody who believed that you need to stay home and stay safe? Was somebody who was obsessed with COVID lockdowns and wanted you to lose your job because you might breathe on her or spit on her by accident? Amazing how they turn. It's called cognitive dissonance. It's actually behavior displayed by sociopathic people, being able to hold two contravailing thoughts in the same time in your mind. Okay, well, there you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the finding out is here. Many of us, including myself included, were saying, how does she get away with this? You know, you can't get away with this This is an attack on a federal official. And there are rules, even in 2025, against this. Somebody has to know who this woman is. Let's make her famous. Please make her famous. Well, breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Ed Martin, who just communicated with this channel, okay, we just talked with him, has confirmed to us that this feral leftist is now going to be charged, that she's been identified by the U.S. Marshals. She's being arrested as we speak. 18 U.S. Code 111 is what she'll be charged with. She's facing potentially 20 years in prison and millions of dollars in legal fees. Let's go ahead and look, shall we? This is called assaulting, resisting, or impeding certain officers or employees. Enforceable assault, which is what that was, impedes, intimidates, or interferes with any person designated as a federal employee, which you are as the district attorney, engaged in account or performance of official duties, which he's doing when he's doing an interview in his official capacity. So what happens if you violate this statute? Whoever is in commission of the acts described in this subsection uses a dangerous weapon, which would be like biological agents, which would be your spit or any type of bodily fluid, or inflicts bodily injury, which is what happens when you spit in someone's face, shall be fined under this title and imprisoned not more than 20 years, or both. Oh, cool. All right. Well, there you go. That would be really neat to see this prosecuted and to see her thrown in jail. That's what should happen. Arrest warrant issued. Class D felony. FAFO. Ed Martin tells me that the U.S. Marshals know who the woman is, and if they haven't already, they'll be making an arrest. Also, she clearly ID'd him as Ed Martin, leaving no doubt that she was targeting a federal official. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, why they're so dumb. They really are just so stupid. You didn't have to do this on camera. Not trying to give anyone advice here, but this is going to be admissible evidence. The fact that you identified him, and then, by the way, you abused your dog, literally yank her dog's neck here. These are sick, sociopathic people. The fact that you identified him shows that you weren't just having a mental breakdown. What a lawyer would say is, my client had a mental break and she didn't really know who this man was. Nope. You called him by name. You called him the F word. You can't hear it because it's bleeped. And then you spit on him, which is an attack. The biological agent. You can really hurt people, right? With the wrong types of bodily fluid. And so that needs to be punishable by 20 years in prison. And so whether it's the spitting or whether it's someone landing in a massive puddle of piss and spit, it is just crash out period for psychotic, unhappy, left-wing cat ladies. And we can't get enough of it. So let this be your warning right now that the universe is not on your side, that the gates of hell shall not prevail. And you should go see an exorcist if you're one of these people, because that's what it looks like. I'll end in closing here. If it was an official for Joe Biden, or if it was an official for Barack Obama, and somebody from my side went and did that to them, then I would say lock them up, because that's not the country I want to live in. I don't want that to happen to me or my kids. I don't want that to happen to you. I don't want it to happen to anyone. I may hate what an administration is doing. I'll never threaten anybody's life or behave violently towards them, because that's not the society I want to live in. So we have rules here. We have a pressure release valve. It's our elections. Republicans control the House and the Senate, some of the judiciary a little bit, and the executive. So let's freaking go. And how do you get the pressure release valve down? You take people like that and you literally give them 20 years. Okay, you bankrupt them, and then you give them 20 years in hard federal prison. Okay? Your boy Benny. Be sure and subscribe for more legal advice.